Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Are you fine? Okay. Are you excited to start my own lesson for today? I'm excited too. But before starting, let me ask you about the day and the date. Who can tell me what is the day today? Excellent. Today is Tuesday. Who can spell the word Tuesday? Tuesday. Again, Tuesday. Okay, what about the date? 29, 7, 14, 41 after Hijrah. Again, the day is Tuesday. Tuesday. And the date is 29, 7, 14, 41 after Hijrah. Okay. Before starting my own lesson for today, let's take a quick revision about our previous lessons. Are you ready? Okay. First of all, I want you to give me 5 sentences using the present continuous. Who can start? I want 5 sentences using the present continuous. Number 1. She is reading a book. Number 2. He is running. Number 3. They are watching TV. Number 4. He is jumping. Number 5. He is writing his homework. So, these are 5 sentences using the present continuous. Okay, what about the past simple? I want you to give me 5 sentences using the past simple. But, first of all, let me ask you about the past of the verbs. If I ask you, what is the past of the verb go? Excellent. The past of the verb go is went. Speak, spoke. Write, wrote. Swim, swam. Play, played. Watch, watched. Run, ran. Take, took. Feel, felt. So, now I want you to make sentences using the past simple. Number 1. I ate a burger last night. Number 2. I swam in the pool. Number 3. I went to Jeddah last month. Number 4. I played with my little brother. Number 5, I visited my uncle. Done? Okay, these are 5 sentences using the past tense. Now, first of all, let me ask you my first question, which is, what is he? Look at the picture and tell me, what is he? Excellent, he is a doctor. Okay, who can spell the word doctor? D-O-C-T-O-R. So, what is he? He is a doctor. Where does a doctor work? Where? I'm asking about the place. Where does a doctor work? A doctor works in a hospital. What does a doctor do? What does a doctor do? A doctor looks after sick people. Again, what does a doctor do? Again, what does a doctor do? A doctor looks after sick people. Now, a doctor looks after sick people. Now, what is she? Look at the picture. and tell me, what is she? Excellent. She is a teacher. Who can give me the spelling of the word teacher? T-E-A-C-H-E-R. What is she? Because she is a woman. What is she? She is a teacher. Where does a teacher work? She works in a school. What does a teacher do? Again, what does a teacher do? A teacher teaches children. Again, what does a teacher do? A teacher teaches children. Done? A teacher teaches children. What does a doctor do? A doctor looks after sick people. What does a teacher do? A teacher teaches children. Now, look at this picture and tell me, what can you see? I can see a man. Very good. I can see a knife. Excellent. I can see meat. Right? So, what do we call this man? What is his job? So, what is he? He is a butcher. Again, what is he? He is a butcher. What does a butcher do? He cuts or sells meat. Again, what does a butcher do? A butcher sells or cuts meat. Again, what does a butcher do? A butcher cuts or sells meat. Right? A butcher sells or cuts meat. Now, in these pictures, we have a lot of jobs. Number 1, doctor. Number 2, nurse. Number 3, policeman. Number 4, painter. Number 5, barber. Number 6, waiter. Number 7, shopkeeper. Number 8, maid. And the last one is a butcher. Right? Now, we will discuss each job alone. Now, I want you to open your book, page 67 and 68 in the activity book, because our lesson today will be about Unit 17, Lesson 1 and 2 in the activity book. Okay? So, page 67 and 68 in the activity book. Now, I want you to make sentences. This is the first question in the activity book. First of all, look at the picture and tell me, what is he? What is he in the in this picture? What is he? Excellent. He is a doctor. Again, make sentences. He is what in this picture? He is a doctor. Who can spell the word doctor? D-O-C-T-O-R. So, what is he? He is a doctor. This is the first one. So, what is he? He is a doctor. Number 2. I want you to make sentences. I'm going to ask you the question. What is she here? She is a woman, so we are going to use she. What is she? She is what? What is she? You should write in the first space she, and the second space is, and the third one a nurse. So, what is she? She is a nurse. Again, what is she? She is a nurse. This is number 2. So, number 1. What is he? He is a doctor in number 1. Number 2. What is she? She is a nurse. Number 3. First of all, he is a man, right? We are gonna use he. So, what is he? What is he? You are gonna answer, he is a waiter. Again, what is he? He is a waiter. You should write in the first space he, then is, then a waiter. So, he is a waiter. Now, what is he? He is a waiter. Now, here, what do we have? We have two persons or two men. So, what are they? We don't have only one person, we have two. So, what are they? They are policemen. What are they? They are policemen. What are they? They are policemen. So, number 5. What is he? Sorry, what is he? He is what? He is a barber. So, what is he? He is a barber. What is the job of the barber? The job of the barber is cutting people's hair. So, what is he? He is a barber. What is he? He is a barber. Where does a barber work? A barber works in a barber shop. This is number 5. So, number 6, the last one. How many pictures do we have in these pictures? We have 2 pictures. So, what are they? They are what? They are pictures. They are pictures. So, you are gonna write in the first space they, the second one are, and the third one pictures. They are pictures. So, this is my first question. So, who can read? قال الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الله يحب إذا عمل أحدكم عملا أن يتقنه. This means that we should do our job in a perfect way. Now, let's go to question number 2. Number 1 is done. So, number 1, he is a doctor. 2, she is a nurse. 3, he is a waiter. 4, they are policemen. And 5, he is a barber. 6, they are butchers. Now, question number 2, I want you to make questions about the pictures. Number 1 is already done. Number 1, what is he? He is a doctor. So, you want you to make questions using what? Right? Okay. Number 1, what is he? It's already done. Number 2, you should write what. Then, what is she? What is she? So, number 2, what is she? Number 3, what is he? Excellent. What is he? Because we have only one person. So, what is he? Number 4, how many persons do we have? We have 2 persons. So, what are they? Again, in number 2, what is she? Because we have only one person or one woman. In number 3, we have a waiter. So, what is he? Number 4, how many persons do we have? We have 2 persons. So, what are they? Number 5, what is he? Number 6, we have 2 persons. What are they? What are they? Again, number 1, what is he? Number 2, what is she? Number 3, what is he? Number 4, what are they? Number 5, what is he? Number 6, and the last one is, what are they? Number 1, what is he? He is a doctor. Number 2, what is she? She is a nurse. Number 3, what is he? He is a waiter. Number 4, what are they? They are policemen. Number 5, what is he? He is a barber. And number 6, what are they? They are butchers. Okay? This is question number 2. Now, question number 3 in page number 68. The question is match. Number 1, we have a doctor. Number 2, we have a nurse. Number 3, we have a painter. So, if I ask you, what does a doctor do? What does a doctor do? A doctor looks after sick people. A nurse helps the doctor. And a painter paints pictures. Again, a doctor looks after sick people. A nurse helps the doctor. 3, a painter paints pictures. Again, what does a doctor do? Number 1, a doctor looks after sick people. Number 2, a nurse. What does a nurse do? A nurse helps the doctor. Number 3, what does a painter do? A painter paints pictures. Number 4, 5, and 6. Number 5, a butcher. Number 5, a barber. And number 6, a maid. Now, if I ask you, what does a butcher do? Again, a butcher cuts or sells meat. A butcher cuts or sells meat. A barber. What does a barber do? A barber cuts people's hair. Again, a barber. What does a barber do? A barber cuts people's hair. Number 6. What does a maid do? A maid cleans houses. Or we can call her a housemaid. A housemaid cleans houses. So, what does a butcher do? A butcher cuts or sells meat. A barber cuts people's hair. And a maid cleans houses. So, a barber sells meat. A butcher sells meat. A barber cuts people's hair. And a maid cleans houses. So, we finished number 1. Number 1, a doctor looks after sick people. Number 2, a nurse helps the doctors. Number 3, a painter paints pictures. Number 5, a barber cuts people's hair. Number 5, a maid cleans houses. Number 7 and 8, a teacher. What does a teacher do? Again, what does a teacher do? A teacher teaches children. Again, a teacher teaches children. And number 8, a secretary types letter. Again, what does a secretary do? A secretary types letters. A teacher teaches children. Done? Again, if I ask you, what does a doctor do? A doctor looks after sick people. What does a nurse do? A nurse helps the doctor. What does a painter do? A painter paints pictures. What does a butcher do? A butcher sells meat. A barber. What does a barber do? A barber cuts people's hair. What does a maid do? A maid cleans houses. Number 7, what does a teacher do? A teacher teaches the children. And the last one, what does a secretary do? A secretary types letters. Okay? Now, I want you to open your book, page number 68, and try to match the words with the sentences. So, a doctor is already done, number D. A nurse, we match it with what? Letter what? F, excellent. A painter, we should match it with letter E. A butcher, B. A barber, H. A maid, A. A teacher, C. And a secretary, G. Right? Okay. Do it by yourself, please, my dear students. Now, let's see the last question. Question number 4. What is your father? What is your father? For example, He is a teacher. For example, you can say he is a policeman. He is a doctor. So, what is your father? And what does he do? For example, for me, what is your father? He is a policeman. What does he do? He saves our country. Okay? So, again, if I ask you, what does a doctor do? A doctor looks after sick people. What does a nurse do? A nurse helps the doctor. What does a painter do? A painter paints pictures. What does a barber do? A barber cuts people's hair. Okay, what does a teacher do? A teacher teaches the children. What does a butcher do? A butcher sells or cuts meats. So, this is the end of my own lesson for today. Thank you for listening and see you tomorrow.